Hey, what's going, y'all? It is yours truly once again. Now, when I say that real men don't argue with other men, it's not really to set a standard or to have a blanket statement. Really, what I mean is that, you know, real men actually don't argue with other men. They get along and they just want to get the job done. But nevertheless, even if they don't get along, they're still trying to get the job done. And really, the only reason why they don't get along is just because they don't know each other. But men recognize other men and they try to get the job done. No time wasted. Just like out in the military, when you're out in combat, you don't have time to waste in the second guess and to have a difference of opinion. The job just gets done no matter who's doing the job. You work as a team, even if you're working separately, things are coming together as a team. This is how men actually think from the standpoint of practicality. No sense of an argument. So just imagine a guy approaching another guy with this sense of entitlement, difference of opinion, and just not trying to get along for the sake of getting along, even if there's certain things about the other guy you don't agree with. Now, in this case, I would say that man is not in an argument with another man. He's around a male that's trying to have an argument with him. That male either is trying to dictate terms to that man, or that male is not accepting what that man has to say in regards to his truths, his wisdom, his feedback. It depends on the position of that man, whether he's in authority or whether he's a subordinate. But it's worse when that man is actually, in an equal position, or he has to be on the same team as that other male who's not being a real man. And so he has to deal with all this rebuttal and bad disposition instead of a guy that's just going to say, hey, I'll get this job done with you. Wherever you're slacking, I'll pick up. No need to complain. No need for me to just constantly say this or that or all this complaints. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, real men do not complain. Only males do. Real men actually just want to get the job done. And they're open-minded, even if it's something that they don't necessarily agree with. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, if it's effective, a man is just going to be like, okay, cool, I can rock with that. But he doesn't like it when there's a guy on the other side of the fence who's just basically on the other side. He's not willing to come to your side or come to a truce, come to an agreement, despite the disagreement, if you will. Because coming to an agreement does not necessarily mean that you agree. You're just willing to come together on certain things, meet in the middle, despite the differences of opinion, despite any type of disagreement, if you will. Because like I said, if we were on the battlefield, you won't have time to disagree. It's life and death. So real men actually think this way practically, even without any threat of war. This is how men actually think on the regular. So this is why I say real men don't argue with other men. Because when you think about it, the last time that I checked, a guy that's arguing with another guy is no different than a female. And real men don't even like to argue with females. Real women actually don't like to argue either, just as real men don't like to argue nor try to argue. It's about diffusing things or avoiding things. Prevention is so much better than the cure. And so this is the mindset of a real man versus a typical male that just still wants to mouth off and waste at least 10 to 15 minutes trying to get his point across instead of just using that 10 to 15 minutes to get the job done, even if you don't agree with it, But that's the thing, I believe that's the difference between the man and the males. Real men have an open mind, and a lot of these males, their mind has a few loose screws, I would say that much. Signing out.